is up, real estate family? My name is Mr. W and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, if you are a real estate agent or if you are a real estate broker and you want to achieve two things, okay? If you want to generate more leads and close more deals, and sit back, relax, because I'm going to speak about the one tip that's going to get you to six figures, okay? Six-figure in commission sales each and every single year, okay? Because this is a question that I've been getting quite recently, especially since the new year, and I've also been doing a lot of sales calls with certain agents, and their main goal this year is to obviously double their sales volume, their transactions, as well as ensuring that they have a six-figure commission at the end of the year, which is obviously a monumental goal. I think for every real estate agent, it's always just it's one of the pinnacle goals that you want to have, is just to make sure that you separate yourself from the 86-87 failure rate to being in that top 13%. Just making that six figures a year commission is life-changing for certain people, whether you want to take your family out on vacation, whether it is just to ensure that you have more freedom to do the things that you want to do, taking care of your family, paying certain bills that have been overdue for quite some time, really just ensuring that that money works for you. Also at the same time, maybe investing in real estate, whatever you want to do with that money, it's obviously something that you are striving for. Well, I'm obviously speaking to those who are aspiring to make six figures. If you're already making six figures and you're looking to do seven figures, it's a whole lot easier to go from 6 to 7 figures, but it's extremely arduous and difficult to go from 0 to 6 figures. I always say that your very first 100,000 per year is extremely hard, because it's sort of like you have to change who you are in order for you to get to that person, right? So I keep on saying when I do my consultation calls, I always tell the people that I work with, the real estate agents and the brokers, I always say that if you want to get to your goal, you need to understand that who you are right now is not going to get you to 6, or it's not going to get you to 7 figures. Okay, you have to become the person who is capable and who's worthy of making that 6 or 7 figures. Okay, so this is the one tip that I can give you, on how you can essentially go from where you are right now to 6 figures, or where you are right now to 7 or even 8 figures. Okay, and it's what I've realized, particularly when I work with top producers. Okay, it's sort of like the top producers are just like on a different mindset, just on a different level compared to everyone else. And again, I will always say this is because they invest in themselves. The best education, guys, I cannot stress this enough. The best education, right, is basically in investing in yourself. That is the best education that you can ever get, okay? Jim Rohn says that formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. And if I quite remember this quite well, I remember speaking to a top producer, and he was saying that getting into real estate is not hard, right? But the hard part is being a real estate. You get what I'm saying? So the hard part itself is being a real estate. Getting inside is not hard. It's really just, being one, which is the hardest part. And, getting to 6 figures is obviously a whole new level. So you need to understand that there are different levels and phases that you need to go through in order for you to become a success in real estate. Okay, so I'm just going to get straight to the point. So the number one tip I would say, right, and this is something that I've gathered from top producers, the producers that I've worked with, and I've even asked some of them this question, okay, and although they never really said it, okay, in a sense where it's sort of like they all have different advices, but if I had to compile everything up, okay, and put it into one word, okay, this is what I would say, okay. The top advice, right? The number one tip that I'd give any real estate agent or any broker who's looking to go from 0 to 6 figures, okay, is you need to have an abundance mindset, okay? Now, notice how I didn't give you a strategy or, a tip or, just a tactic or just that magic secret pill that's gonna get, no. It's all in here. Okay, and that's what I've realized. A lot of successful people, what separates them from average and normal people is that they have an abundance mindset. So let me explain a little bit further, okay? Now, what separates the top producers from the average real estate agents, okay, is that top producers have an abundance mindset. So let me give you a scenario, okay? If you are getting rejected every day, and then it obviously paralyzes you to go and approach more people, you're suffering from a scarcity mindset. If you believe that you can't do something, right? Or that something is not going to work out, you have a scarcity mindset, okay? Because you don't have the mindset of, one, I can do this. Number two, even if I fail, I'm going to continue doing it until I actually get to that point, okay? When you live life of abundance, you don't care anymore, okay? It's because you know what you're chasing for and you're going to go ahead and get it. Okay, so one rejection is not going to turn you off. Two rejections is not going to put you off, right? You can get rejected 1,000 times, okay, and it's still not going to get you off track or off frame, right? That's one of the most powerful mindsets that you can ever have, because I know what it's like to get rejected, and it does throw you off track sometimes, you know. But as a real estate agent, you need to get used to being rejected, because if you're not used to being rejected, then what's the purpose of it, you know? Having an abundance mindset is having the mindset of, okay, us cold 50 people, I can do 50 more, right? Having an abundance mindset is being rejected 100 times and being like, oh, okay, I'll go and find and approach another person, you know? It doesn't affect you as a being. It doesn't affect you, who you are. Because when and this sort of was realized, I feel like when we have grown up, it's sort of like when you're young, you have an abundance mindset, because there's just so many things that it's sort of like rejection. It's sort of like rejection is new to you. Therefore, when you're a kid and you're doing certain things and your parents try to reprimand you and say, no, don't do this, this is bad, stop this, stop this, stop this, it sort of brings out a scarcity mindset as we start to grow up, so that when we finally go into the big bad world, right, the minute we get rejected, we feel uncomfortable. It makes us feel, insecure. It makes us feel like we're not worthy of anything, and therefore we let go. So that's one of the biggest problems, is that we have been accustomed and we have been taught, to be comfortable, right? We have been taught to basically fear, right? When it's the other way around, okay? If you're comfortable, you should fear being comfortable, right? And you should be comfortable with fear. But if you notice the way we grow up and how life has been, right? How we've been accustomed to certain things, when it comes to propaganda, when it comes to media, television, newspapers, TV, right? They basically teach us to be comfortable, right? And they basically say that, not they basically say it, but it's what's portrayed, right? Even with certain things that maybe your parents have been telling you, is that you have to be comfortable, right? In order to be fine in life. But the only way you can move away from that, the only way you can be really successful, is that you have to fear being comfortable, and then you have to be comfortable with fear. So you have to really just fight the demons inside you, right? That thing that's inside of you, what your biggest fears, you have to go out there, okay, and have that abundance mindset, right? Because if you don't have an abundance mindset, you're not gonna go anywhere in life. I can guarantee you this right now. Stop hoping for things to be better and wish that you were better, okay? And the only way you can conquer this is by investing in yourself. And that's one thing that I've realized from top producers, is that they consistently invest in themselves to a point where, they now have this literally unlimited supply of abundance in their mind, that they don't care if they get rejected 1,000 times, because they know that tomorrow is another opportunity to get someone, okay? So the best way I can even illustrate this and put into context is women, right? I'm not sure if women realize this, but women have an abundance mindset, in a sense where they've been taught from a very young age to have an abundance mindset. It's just a pity that some of them don't actually realize the power that they have, right? And us men can learn a lot from women. So let me just explain this a little bit further. So let's just say you're a woman and you're at a bar and you find this attractive guy. You see this attractive man, and you make eye contact with him, right? He's attractive, you're attractive, you guys are now looking at each other. But here's the thing, he doesn't approach you, okay? Instead, he continues and does whatever he's doing, right? And then before you know it, he leaves the bar without even saying hi to you, okay? Now, what would you do as a woman? Are you now gonna literally get off your high horse and just go and chase him and tell him and ask him, excuse me, we had a moment, why didn't you take down my number? I'm waiting for you to come and approach me. Why didn't you come to me, right? You're not gonna do that as a woman, right? Because it's sort of like your dignity. It's sort of like, you've been taught that it's a man approaches you, right? Now, of course, yes, there are certain dynamics where now the society has changed, where women also approach men, but from a very young age, you've been taught, right? And sometimes I even feel like it's an unspoken rule, where men approach women no matter what. And I've seen so many situations where I'd be with certain female friends and they see a guy that they really and extremely attracted to, right? But they never approach him. And the one question I always ask is, why didn't you just go and approach him, right? Because I'm a guy, I'm logical. And you know what they always tell me? They're like, if he doesn't approach me, it's fine. I know there'll be someone else tomorrow. You see that? That is abundance, right? The fact that they know for a fact that, hey, if this guy doesn't approach me, there's someone else tomorrow. That is the kind of mindset that you as a real estate agent need to have when you're prospecting, when you're connecting with new people, okay? Just because they said no today doesn't mean that it's no forever. Just because someone isn't interested in hearing you talk right now doesn't mean that someone else tomorrow won't give you the time of the day. They will, right? You just need to have that abundance mindset. That mindset alone is going to take you from 0 to 6 figures. Because I know a lot of you guys could be doing more than 500 cold calls a day. I know a lot of you guys could be knocking on more than 1,000 doors a day, okay? If you just have an abundance mindset, I do know rejection hurts a lot, right? Rejection is a bitch, right? And I have to say that because it really is painful. But you have to have that mindset of abundance in order for you to get to where you need to be or to get to where you want to be, right? And that's why a lot of the top producers that I've worked with always came from a source of pain. You know, whether it's single mothers who came from bad marriages and now they've got kids to feed, or just someone who's really struggling in life and, you know, they have no other choice but to make it. It's always those people who went from nothing to something. And throughout that journey, they learned how to build a mindset of abundance. Because sometimes abundance comes from pain, comes from when you have no choice but to do it. But when you have a decision, right, to be like, nah, I can do it tomorrow, then really where is your source of abundance coming from? So you always need to ask yourself this question. Is your source of abundance coming from, you know, pain, right? Or is your source of abundance or your lack thereof coming from, you know, choice, procrastination, right? Knowing that you can do better, but you don't do better, right? These are important conversations you need to have with yourself, because if you don't have an abundance mindset, you're not going to move forward. It's like with me, I started a YouTube channel in December and I've been uploading content each and every single day. You know, does that mean I'm on like 10,000, 50,000 subscribers? Well, depending on when you're watching this. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for me. But one thing I can say is that I'm uploading every single day, okay? And if I get a subscriber here and there, perfect, right? But I have an abundance mindset because I know this channel will blow up. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, may not be in 2-3 years time, but it will blow up. And I know my efforts will come in handy, and I know my efforts will not, go unnoticed. So that's just the kind of mindset that you need to have moving on here forwards, you know, because that's the only way you're gonna go from 0 to 6 figures, right? Or from 6 to even 7 figures. So I trust you guys got a lot of value from this. If you did, click on the subscribe button, and as well as clicking on the notification bell just so that you're notified each and every single time that I upload. And if you found massive value in this video, just click on the like button and comment down below what you guys think of the video. But that's it from me, guys. Cheers.